What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. And today we're going to do since I took some time off from work, or at least to get to an appointment, but it didn't went through. So yeah, today we're going to do a review, not of this whole epic collection, but yes, we're going to do a review of at least one issue, because that's basically the origin story to one of the villains right here. This epic collection collects. We're not going to review anything, like I mentioned. Covers the Fantastic Four run from 1963 to 1964 with an annual, and the Fantastic Four 19 till 32 and annual 1 and 2. So basically what features is the Pharaoh from the future, who's also said to be a relative of Victor Von Doom, and who puts him under control. And another one with featuring the Submariner. This takes place before Ben Grimm comes to terms with himself, etc. But it also features the reason why I didn't want to show the whole thing is because there's once again a love triangle trying to go on. That's my only critique of this epic collection. Is my only critique of this story arc is the love triangle between Namor the Submariner and Mr. Fantastic, etc. And he kind of comes over like an obsessive child, something that they fix later on. But so we're going to feature what's written by Prisoners of the Pharaoh, and the Pharaoh is we're gonna look it up for a minute because even I have troubles spelling that. That's written over here. Ramatut, the Pharaoh from the future. Yeah, he's come from the future where basically nothing exciting happens. Basically, I'm not saying 1984, but he wanted to experience the more unstable the more exciting times, and so he went to the future. So he used his technology to travel to the past and become a pharaoh himself. And this could be, and he's also quite intelligent. So they say he is a relative of Doctor Doom himself. I'm not sure if that's true or not. But yeah, we'll find out. Something you'll find out over there. Something that you probably find out in another era. But yeah, Ramatut is pretty interesting villain. But the villain that the issue etc. that took the cake for me in this one. I knew Doctor Doom before. He was one of the main villains of the Fantastic Four, etc. But yeah, he also sometimes switched lines from supervillain to anti-hero, and he also has some similarities like Luthor does, that he keeps his word, and that he also has some things that I also see in another character called Black Adam. Despite him being a dictator, he cares about his people, and he actually improved the standard of living among people with Latvia. I need to learn how to spell that word, but along this country, that and he also kicked the former Baron off the throne. But like I said before, I don't like love triangles, and if you think going back to this, I don't like love triangles. It's kind of obvious, and for those who question, but why is your first issue of Jaguar Warrior? Why do you have to end the love triangle like that? Well, if you think it mirrors my resentment for these kind of love triangles. Nothing against Doctor Strange here, nothing against Johnny Storm or Ben Grimm. Well, if you think that mirrors that sentiment, secrets out, you're right, and I'm not afraid to deny that either. But to the collection at hand, where we're going to review just one issue of this arc, which in my opinion took the cake. The thing with supervillain origins, especially the one that Doctor Doom is, I like to go to the source of things. Some have certain types of art of Japanese artists and painters, etc., or certain events in history, like with the Mayans or with the Mexica or the Toltecs. I always like to go to the source because there's always something new to learn. Same thing is quite similar but different with supervillains, especially one like Doctor Doom, because there's more. I always thought there was more about him that meets the eye, and this epic collection confirmed my suspicions. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to travel to where the bookmark is. This one was released between 1963 and 1964. It's awarded the world's greatest annually, and featuring double-length epic, the final victory of Doctor Doom. And it also reveals the origin story of Doctor Doom himself, of Victor Von Doom. I had to use this as a bookmark in a single issue checklist. I had another one with other marks, but kind of got lost. Probably find it somewhere. And this was released during that time, a different time, a better time for Marvel, because the script written by Stan Lee, breathtaking illustrations by no other than the one only Jack Kirby. So I need to get that DVD. There was the book by one of the guys I support on Indiegogo. No faking, lettering S. Rosen, and epic making the delineation by Chick Stone. And here it is said, when said, we confidently predict that he will call this one of the greatest, most memorable origin stories of all time. They were not lying. So you see here Dr. Doom sitting on his throne, Victor Von Doom, with his one and only most trusted servant, Boris, who aged a bit. But now we're going into the origin story of where we learn some. This is a spoiler alert, by the way. If you don't like, you can click away right now. We're going into the origin story of Victor Von Doom, of Doctor Doom, before he entered became the man he's the supervillain or anti-hero he was supposed to be, the ruler of Latveria. So here you go to you're going back to capture some old memories, like they say in Zelda, Breath of the Wild. Latveria, in the mountains of Latveria, in the Alps. So and here was the place where it all began, and we'll learn some very interesting backstory about how Doctor Doom became the man he was supposed to be. And there's a flashback to to his past, where with the Iron Mask, remember that day, before he had been one of them. So it goes back to a gypsy village, to a village full of gypsies, where he come to sees his father. Here you see his father is a gypsy. Well, I didn't know before was Victor Von Doom's father was a gypsy, a healer, but there's nothing there was nothing he could do about it. But there was nothing he could do to save someone close to it than Baron. So and here he has to know the choice and give him to he has no other choice than to turn himself in, to leave his son with another gypsy, probably Boris or another one. This Boris is kind of his caretaker during the time. He goes back to he's a healer, but he goes back to castle where he's brought to heal the dying wife, the Baron, but she's already incredibly ill, and there's no way you could save him anymore. Not even one of the greatest healers of Asia or Europe or the USA could have done that. And there's nothing more they can do actually. And of course the ruler is a jerk, and pray for this, and at least pray for the sake that he is that they don't that he has been successful. But there was nothing. There was nothing he could do. As expected, the wife dies, and there's no other choice than to flee. The Baron, of course, as predicted, the gypsy failed, and of course, the Baron is angry. He must pay with his own life. Then the Baron picks up his army, and he basically destroys the gypsy camp in the mountains of Latveria. And his father makes his way out of here. But through stormy weather and wind and cold, he goes in, and then it's also during the winter. The winter came. The winter in the Alps, and also at those heights, and also in the Andes. When the snow falls, with a lack of oxygen, it will take a big toll on your physical strength. Víctor Von Doom doesn't survive it. He's the cold and the harsh climate of the Alps has taken his toll, and Boris has no other choice than to take Víctor Von Doom with him. Kind of looks familiar somehow. For some reason, it looks incredibly familiar. So similar to what I've done with another story. My first issue of Java Warrior, which is also available on Globalcomix, and my own website. Although the one on Globalcomix and if you like what you see, you can also go on Gumroad. Has more like, how do you say it? It has more pages and also a special thank you and some extra artwork. So give it a look. But we're going back to the issue at hand. You must protect, and Víctor Von Doom is on his deathbed. He must protect. And Von Doom is determined to become strong, etc. And he has a no quit mentality from that moment. He promised his father that he wouldn't quit. That he would. They murdered his They also murdered his mother. So the Baron also murdered his mother, and he will. He gets a resentment towards mankind, but also drives him to something that also didn't figure out is his mother was actually once a sorceress. So Boris hopes for the love of God that he will never find out about his heritage. But Von Doom is Víctor Von Doom. He's not a stupid cookie. That's been more than obvious, and he also is curious. And his curiosity also pushed him on his path, where he one day finds the chest that belongs, and he immediately realizes that it belonged to his mother, where he sees his magic potions, scientific secrets, alchemy, and basically this childhood forced Víctor Von Doom to grow up pretty fast, and he kind of tricks, plays some sort of pranks in an intelligent way on the servants of the Baron. One of them, and he makes good use of his brains to trick the people. But Boris asked him, "How the hell did you did it?" Basically, he created a device. He created a little device that made him that he used to make the guy play the violin without even trying, without even studying for it, without even practicing for it. And after that, what kind of scientific sorcery is that? But Víctor Von Doom is smart enough. This is child's play, and at that time when he it's one of his main talents that he developed over the years. Indeed, he had a feeling of applied sciences and engineering even at that age, which is shows how much of a genius he actually is. He's not a stupid fool, nor the one-dimensional villain. He actually has many talents, and props to Stan Lee and Jack Kirby for showing another side of Victor Von Doom that hasn't been shown as much lately. This is the definitive origin story. So yeah, here he goes. They realize they've been tricked, and the gypsy tricks everyone, including the Baron. Yeah, they must the statue that was that used to be gold is now turned into clay or mud, and they try to fire. And of course, this is one of the other talents of his. He's also a master of engineering and robotics. And yeah, you think that this spoiler alert, you think this is the real Von Doom. This is End, but yeah, here you go. He tricked him. And yeah, of course, the tanks fire, and Von Doom basically uses a grenade to turn him to freeze the tank solid, and he makes his way, and the young gypsy grows up to be a scientific mastermind and genius, and is visited by an American from a state university, and they heard some interesting things about him. So yeah, he of course visits him. It was during a time that America was scientifically, etc. And they also quite moving ahead of the world, still are, but yeah, they need to do. Other countries are catching up pretty fast, but that was you never know what happens. Kingdoms come and go. With the States, you'll never know. I think they'll remain it for a while, but yeah, who knows? You never know. It's a different time, a simpler time, yeah. And he recruits him to go to the state university, and he offers him a scholarship. Von Doom accepts, and he puts his loyal servants in trust of Boris, his most trusted servant. And he flies to the USA, and he goes to studying. And Reed Richards meets him, but he's too focused on achieving his goals to create he doesn't like to be around other people. He prefers privacy, to work on his own secrets. And he meets. It's there that Reed Richards meets Ben Grimm, the American football player, during that time. And he of course one lazy afternoon, Reed Richards looks at what he's working at his work, its notes, and and where he's basically was experimenting with matter transmutation, but Reed Richards told him that tried to convince him that his calculations that there's some decimals, some of the equations are wrong. There are some decimals that should be in other places, but in his own arrogance, Von Doom tells him to fuck off. There's no other way to put it. And it's there that the rivalry between two scientific geniuses starts. Yeah, one of his helpers said he fixed the gadget, but he still won't like it. And what happens next is stuff ever learned, and if you ever learned, of course he's worried about faculty stuff, etc. And as Reed Richards predicted, he blows up his own face, and he gets expelled for it. Of course he realizes he fucked up, but instead of reflecting on his own mistakes and how to can do things better lately, like the good guy stuff, like a hero does, or an anti-hero, he goes his hatred, his anger, his envy grows, and he goes travels into the mountains, where he meets a group of monks somewhere in Asia, I think in the Himalaya, where he meets a group of monks, and until where he learns all his secret, and and then till one day they address him as master, and they forge him his suit versus mask, his first suit, and of course he has quite a tolerance for pain as well. And here the man Victor Von Doom basically died after that explosion, and Doctor Doom has been born. And his with his own gadgets. He also developed his own gadget. His ring, special camouflaging herbs. And here is him working on flying his nuclear-powered fire harness. Kind of ironic considering the fact that countries like China, etc., are building small nuclear reactors to power up neighborhoods. Take notes. It's kind of ironic to see those connections through time. I've kind of predicted those kind of things, those technological developments. For a guy who also has a background in applied sciences, that puts a smile on my face. And there's a lot of problems with nuclear energy, and nuclear fusion, but it's the inevitable future. But that's a story for another video. Doctor Doom takes off, and like I predicted, this is where Doctor Doom is born, and he becomes a menace upon society. But I prefer him over Spider-Man any day of the week. I'm quite honest with that. Victor Von Doom returns to the once gypsy son of a doctor and a sorcerer, returns to Latveria, and he basically raises his people out of poverty, and where they basically address him as Herr Doctor, which is also known as Sir Doctor or Great Leader Doctor in German. And here is don't point when the master pass. You must sign when the master pass, and he returns back to present day to his castle, and Boris follows him, and he locks himself in a laboratory where he shows he was working on other experiments and on another master plan to defeat the Fantastic Four that will inevitably fail. So and he works still with on his plans until his work is done and the world bewares. So that's basically the end of the true origin story of Doctor Doom, or Victor Von Doom. And I must say, this is one of the best origin stories you could possibly get. Definitive origin story of Doctor Doom and how they've written it. Forget the love triangle of Namor and Reed Richards. Forget Johnny Storm. Forget Ramatut. And forget Grimm struggling with him being himself or not. The origin story of Doctor Doom, I call it the true master, the true Giallo. The final victory. Here you go. The final victory. The origin of Doctor Doom. This is the best. It's also featured in the final victory of Doctor Doom. This is the best origin story you could possibly get and read. Don't buy it. If you buy it ever, I didn't buy this Epic Collection because like I told you, I'm no longer interested in buying anything Marvel and DC in Monday because they suck. But if you ever find this Epic Collection library, just borrow it just for this story because you won't regret it. The Yellow is okay, but this one is the definitive origin story of Doctor Doom. If you want to start here. And its final score, for its origin story, 10 out of 10. You learn a lot of new details about the character, about his origin, how he grew up, how he became determined what drove him on the path to become the ruler he is now. So beautiful artwork as well, line art as well. Jack Kirby does an amazing job. Also great editing. It's a shame that Marvel no longer produces epic backstories like this anymore. But yeah, indirectly and directly, I'm kind of inspired by this one as well. And yeah, that's all I have to say about this video. 10 out of 10. Definitely worth your time. And yeah, like I said, pick it up in the library. Go to a library, pick this one up. Skip to the love triangles and etc. and Doctor Strange, and go straight to Doctor Doom. It's they saved the best for last in this. That's something I have to give him credit for. But yeah, for me to know right now, for you to figure out yourself. And yeah, if you'd like to see me make more videos like this, you can give a like, subscribe, and leave a comment down in my videos. If you'd like to see what I created, the first issue of the Gerald Warrior is available on thegeraldwarrior.com as a responsive webcomic and on global in the vertical scroll format. And if you go to Globalcomix, tick in Gerald Warrior or Guerrero Jaguar, you can figure out what I've created with my hardworking friend Nev. And yeah, it's more in a more traditional page format, so you can scroll through it. The first 3 issues are free to read, and yeah, there's also a physical copy coming. Not this week because there was a little problem with the files because they were made out of clip files. So yeah, Mike Jimmy from Live on Cora or Fairies and Ants has I told him what the problem was, and he's willing to help me out. And special thanks to him in this video as well, because he's I don't know if I deserve his help, but thank you, man, really. But yeah, for this once again 10 out of 10 epic story of Doctor Doom, an origin story of Doctor Doom. This is how you should write an origin story for a character. Only few ever rivaled this. So yeah, that's all for this video. My name is Spoorhacker. Spoorhacker out. Hasta la próxima.